All right, so today's video is going to be just a little bit different. Today we are going to be talking about, or rather at least looking at, reactions from conservatives about the Donald J. Trump conviction. I don't know when you're going to be watching this video, but just a little under 2 hours ago from when I am filming this video, Donald J. Trump was found guilty on all 34 counts. 34 felony counts of falsifying business records in the hush money trial case where Donald Trump infamously paid Stormy Daniels, an adult film actress, hush money to keep quiet about an affair. We're going to be looking at the reactions from conservatives because they have been nothing short of hilarious, and absolutely batshit insane. So who do we have up first? Everybody's favorite here on this channel, Tim Pool, or as some of you like to call him, Dim Tool, which, again, a lot of these people I'm going to be showing have been tweeting a lot since this conviction dropped. So some of them have multiple tweets. There are some creators we have in here that have multiple different tweets or reactions or whatever you want to call them. But Tim Pool tweeted out his go-to. Nothing too crazy here. Nothing too crazy. He just said war. You know, Tim Pool routinely calls for civil war. I don't know how many times Tim Pool has called for civil war. I don't even know if you could count them. You might be counting for the rest of your life. But he tweets out here, war. This has 16,000 likes. And, you know, again, Tim Pool repeatedly calls for war. He repeatedly calls for civil war. It's clown shit. It's a joke. Tim Pool would literally be the first person to die if there was a civil war. Absolutely. And then we have a personal favorite of mine. And when I mean a personal favorite of someone that I absolutely despise with every ounce of my being, Joey Manorino. I've covered him before on the channel. This dude is literally an NPC. He's just a straight fucking bot on this planet that we all share. I don't know where he came from. There's some really weirdo shit that I don't even know if I can talk about in this video because I've talked about it before and my videos have gotten flagged for it. With Joey Manorino and him speaking to people that are not of age of consent for certain acts, again, that I'm not allowed to say here in the video. But Joey Manorino tweeted out, "The Civil War just began." He's stealing Tim Pool's shtick, man. Come on. We no longer live in a democracy. It's crazy to me. It's really crazy. And I mean, this is obvious. Republicans are obviously hypocrites, but all of the conservatives are the ones that sit there and say, you know, law and order. Absolutely hilarious to me. We no longer live in a democracy. You know, this is the guy. This is the guy. I don't want to even click off this tweet, but we're going to do it here. This is the guy that's sitting there telling you that we no longer live in a democracy. Joey Manorino. Libs of TikTok. Not one of my favorites. Try to stay away because she's got like a super cult following. You talk about her and the crazies will come after you. Does the guilty verdict change who you're voting for in November? I guess this is like not really more of a reaction. This is just kind of like an engagement post. You know, she's just trying to get people to interact with her post and like it and retweet it or whatever. In which she very clearly, I guess, did a good job with this tweet considering the engagement it has in the short time period it's been up. So not really a whole lot to talk about there. Matt Walsh, everybody's favorite diaper mud wrestler. Congratulations to Donald Trump on winning the 2024 presidential election. And we're going to see this. We don't have a ton more to go through, unfortunately, because we could sit here. I mean, I could sit here all day for an entire week going over these reactions because they're all golden. Matt Walsh here with some insanely strong cope, which we've been seeing this rhetoric before Donald Trump was actually found guilty from conservatives like Matt Walsh, people like Ben Shapiro, Tim Pool, saying if Donald Trump gets convicted, he automatically wins the 2024 election. That's just their way of coping with the reality that their guy, their main guy, the guy that they fucking love to gas all the time, is a criminal. He is a piece of shit, and he is a horrible human being. This is their way of telling themselves that that's not true, okay? And everything is going to be okay. Yes. Next, we have Kyle Rittenhouse, someone that I stay away from just because, number one, I mean, he's a murderer. Number two, I just don't like the guy. You know, he makes me mad. His face is just, it makes me angry. His face makes me angry. Today is a miscarriage of justice. Donald Trump should not have been found guilty. He can't even speak in fucking complete English. I mean, shit, this shit isn't hard, right? Donald Trump should not have been. It's have been, Kyle, just for future reference. But a miscarriage of justice, that really is that's a strong phrase if you're a conservative, I guess. There is no miscarriage of justice. Donald Trump got exactly what he deserved. There's far worse things that Donald Trump has done that he has gotten away with. And you can see the replies down here. Trump is innocent. We do have one, bro. You murdered 2 people and got away with it. Sit this one out. I mean, you know, you have to hit him with that. I feel like that's the classic one. But again, not really a whole lot to talk about. Kyle Rittenhouse, he's boring. The only thing people talk about him for, his entire career is built off of him murdering 2 people. But here we are with another Joey Manorino, again, one of my personal faves, and we even have a video this time. We have a video attached to us as of today with this fake guilty verdict against Trump. Again, some insane cope telling yourself it's fake. That's yes. America is no longer the United States. If Donald Trump's guilty verdict is fake, then you are against law and order. You are 1,000,000% anti-law and order. So good on you for telling us that, Joey Manorino. We are a third world shithole. That part I agree with. I actually agree with that. Headed for a civil war. Again, if you're calling for a civil war because of any of these things that are happening, you, in my opinion, you need to leave the country. You need to get the fuck out. You don't belong here. You don't belong in this country if you're calling for civil war over Donald Trump being criminally prosecuted for criminal acts that he committed. I have no desire to see this country unify. Yeah, no shit. There's no country to unite. We are long past that. Is he going to cry? Do you guys think he's going to cry in the video? Do you think he cries? I think he's going to cry. Fuck. Oh my God. He's self-censoring. What a pussy. If he ever sees this, Joey Manorino, if you ever see this, you are a fucking pussy. Like, straight up, you're going to self-censor yourself. That's shit I would do if I was in 5th grade. If I was still 10 years old and I was trying to be edgy and cool, I'd maybe do that. Maybe. Fuck these liberals and anyone who votes for them. Actually, I have to say like he did. He said, fuck these liberals. I have to censor myself. And anyone who votes for them. Trump will win, and we will destroy every trace of their party. These people, it's funny that they say the radical left. This isn't radical at all. Definitely not. These people are on their knees sucking off a piece of shit political candidate for a party that doesn't give a fuck about them and a candidate that doesn't give a fuck about them. We must resist any calls at unity from these Democrats if we win. What? This doesn't even make fucking sense grammatically. How are conservatives so fucking ape-brained that they can't even form a goddamn sentence that makes sense? Oh my God, they're so dumb. No mercy, no solace, nothing. I'm surprised this word's in his vocabulary. Today, we know that they want to end our lives and end everything in this country. What the fuck? Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Alvin Bragg. Fuck Stormy Daniels. Fuck Judge Merchant. Excuse me. I guess I'm the one who's fucked up. America will have the last word, not 12 pathetic jurors. You are literally, the Republicans are the ones that say law and order, and then you are literally attacking the supposed due process that you want these fucking white supremacists, these stupid ass cops that murder fucking minorities. You want them to have the due process. You want to say all this shit, but then you attack the jurors in the fucking trial. Shut up, you hypocritical bitch. It's so fucking annoying. I'm not going to be able to get through all this. This is 2 minutes and 21 seconds. I thought it was like 21 seconds. We're not getting through this entire clip. We're just not. We have a couple more tweets we got to look at anyway.
So 12 useless liberal motherfuckers from New York have found my president guilty. My president who I voted for in 2016 twice and in 2020 twice, primary.
He's not going to fuck you, dude. He's not going to fuck you. I know you really want to have sex with him, dude. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
And general election, who I will vote for again in 2024.
He's not even like if I was actually upset about this, like if I was still a brainwashed fucking idiot conservative like I used to be, like if I was actually like legitimately upset about something like this, dude, I would be like yelling, screaming, moving around. Like he's not even doing a good job at acting. Like this is fucking boring.
Because nothing will stop me from voting Trump.
It's like he's like there's like other people in the room he's trying not to disturb, but he's still trying to be like feisty or whatever.
Guilty? Guilty of what? Guilty of making America great again. Guilty of destroying the liberal agenda. Guilty of triggering every one of you worthless liberal fucks
This is so... Why does he censor the word fuck but then say it in the video? Does that make any sense?
Who are just mad that your entire life is based on a lie and
Yo, the cope is crazy in this one. That's insane that he said that, actually, bro.
based
What?
on failure. You liberals have never achieved shit in your fucking life. Judge Barchan is a piece of shit who should never have overseen anything. He's a worthless motherfucker. He's a communist hack. He's nothing more than a Joseph Stalin.
Dude, I love these people that call people communists, bro. Bro, how many communists do you actually know, Joey? You think Judge Merchan is a fucking, or however the fuck you say his name, you think he's a fucking, you think he's a communist? Look, if I was a betting man, I would bet 0 judges in this country are actual communists. Like, I would bet everything that I own on the fact that, or on the stipulation, I guess, or the prediction, I don't know what the word is, that there are no judges in this country that are communists. It's absolutely asinine that they throw that word around. They do not know what it means, and it makes them look so goddamn just unintelligent.
Soviet-style piece of shit. Stormy Daniels is a literal porn star, a woman
That Donald Trump had sex with. Yes, she's a porn star, and Donald Trump had sex with her. There's nothing wrong with porn stars, but Donald Trump had sex with her, had an affair with her, and then tried to cover it up. You're defending that. Like, that's so weird. You don't think that that's weird? I'm not even gonna... We'll be here all fucking day. We're moving on. Dan Bongino, another one of my favorites. Haven't seen Dan in a while, because Dan Bongino apparently has nothing to do since he's been fired from Fox News other than beef with Stephen King here on Twitter. Dear liberal commie fuckwads, warning you now, we'll be drinking your delicious tears in November. Laugh now, motherfuckers. You'll be crying soon. Bank on it. You know what's crazy to me? I see a bunch of these, and again, like, not all the time, but, like, you see, like, a spicy tweet from, like, a progressive or someone who, like, is left-leaning or, like, they're on the left or whatever, and the conservatives will be like, this shit cringe as fuck, but then the conservatives post the absolute cringiest, like, this is literally making me physically ill, like, I'm about to throw up, like, actually, I'm stopping myself from gagging reading this tweet. And they just get... Oh my god. Oh god. It's too gross. We have to get off that one. We gotta get off that one. It's making me sick. Oh god, I'm so sorry if I made anyone sick by gagging into the mic. Josh Hawley, my favorite. Not my favorite. I actually hate this piece of shit. Not since the Alien and Sedition Acts in the 1970s as the president tried to criminalize a political opponent. Congrats, Joe Biden. You're the worst president ever. No. Joe Biden is not the worst president ever. Joe Biden is a shitty-ass president, but there are definitely others in the running, I would say, are most definitely worse than Joe Biden. Not a lot to tackle here. You know, this is typical Josh Hawley stuff. He always says dummy shit. All of these people always say dummy shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, but, you know, again, it's not a lot. It's kind of boring. We've heard the Joe Biden's going after Donald Trump before, you know. Dom Lucre, famous for posting literal, actual, sexually exploitative content of children onto this platform, and Elon Musk famously unbanned him. That's this person right here, for those of you who might not be familiar. That's all you need to know about him. He is nothing more than a conservative talking head other than what I just said, which, again, I have to be careful with how I word things here. I cannot believe what the fuck I am witnessing. I am fucking disgusting. I am fucking disgusting. Yeah, you're right. I agree with one of these tweets. W tweet from Dom Lucre. I am fucking disgusting. You're very disgusting human being. You're very much right about that. I am fucking disgusting with this fucking country. Enough is enough. You know, I say a lot of, like, fucking cuss words. This shit pisses me off. You call them cuss words. But I say fuck a lot here. I say shit a lot. Bitch, damn. I use words I probably shouldn't be using every once in a while. But, like, I be getting comments where people are like, you cuss too much for me, and I can't watch you because of your dirty potty mouth. And it's like, I think those comments are fucking stupid. Like, it's just like, okay, don't fucking watch me. You don't need to sit there and comment that you don't like the amount of times I use certain words that, you don't, you just, like, I don't care. I really don't. But like I understand. I think I finally understand it because this is just like an angsty like 12-year-old like finally like being brave enough to say bad words for the first time. Like they're away from their parents, and then they're finally just like they use it every other word. They're just saying fuck. All right, Speaker Mike Johnson. Last one. This is the last one we have. I haven't looked at this. I just saw it and I clicked. It says my statement on President Trump trial verdict. Mike Johnson either hits us with the stupidest shit or the craziest shit. Well, I mean, it's usually both, but today is a shameful day in American history. Democrats cheered as they convicted the leader of the opposing party on ridiculous charges predicated on the testimony of a disbarred convicted felon. This is purely a political exercise, not a legal one. You know what's funny, Mike Johnson, is you say it's purely a political exercise, not a legal one, but yet it was the Republican Party that has famously tried to get Joe Biden impeached and removed and also bring criminal charges against him for literally no reason at all. But the weaponization of our justice system has been a hallmark of the Biden administration. The decision today is further evidence that Democrats will stop at nothing to silence dissent and crush their political opponents. Excuse me, I'm still feeling sick. From the, I don't even know if it was Dan Bongino or Joey Manorino. The American people see this as lawfare, and they know it is wrong and dangerous. President Trump will rightfully appeal this absurd verdict, and he will win! Not that great. I guess I didn't save the best for last. I thought Mike Johnson was going to be more spicy than that, but, you know, that being said, that's going to be it for this video, guys. What did you think of the conservative reactions? The very few, because at least in my Twitter, because Twitter hates me, literally every single tweet is just a Republican losing their fucking shit and trying to cope insanely hard about the Trump conviction. But let me know in the comments what you thought of the Trump conviction, firstly, but also the reactions of these conservatives. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, press that little bell, turn on all notifications so you guys never miss an upload.